Yeah, alright, okay. Something new for today. Bringing you massive value, as I would say, in all types of ways. So, another day, another flow. Coming back from a weekend break. So, it was all good. I had to take some time off. And, still working too. But right about now, I feel like that's all I got to do is stay on my path and my mission. And, that's all in my vision right now. So I'm just going to keep moving and keep grooving to the spot that I want to be and the places I'm trying to see, because right about now, I got things to do, and I gotta go and fulfill and move through to where I want to be. So that's what I'm saying. Getting started earlier today, trying to check out a new time. But anyways, here's what's on my mind. I'm getting sourcing for my marketing dashboard to give me ideas for new features for the Stackivate app, which I'm going to be implementing. And that's like the loop. So this is basically like the end of Stackivate 1. Basically, I'm pretty much ready to start the next project. Well, almost ready. That's kind of what I've been working on. And I'm just going to keep on building out more features in the dashboard for another day or two till I've really got all the strategizing done to start the next one. And, stay tuned to see what that's going to be. But for right now, version 1, not 3. Okay, so enough of that. Get into this, making sure the stream is working good. And everything looks good to me. All right. So let's see. Gonna run some sourcing. The web sourcing, actually. So this is the last one that already ran. Would have been everything on 21. So basically, these are ideas, these are different questions, these are conversations from my audience, and I will be extracting the marketing content from this stuff, which I will use to find patterns, which I will use to find ways to make the product better. And I think I'm going to start by just taking a screenshot of top like 5 or 6, bringing that through to the LLM. Okay, so some of these are articles too. So I see a way to make this better already. Too many articles and not enough conversations. All right. All right, so looking at the sourcing, and I believe this is all new sourcing from the last time that I had it run at the end of that session. I attached a screenshot for the last 5, and it looks like the first 4 of them were just like articles. And the 5th one that I have open right now, biggest regrets and advice for newbies, seems like the best content. You know, some of these articles just, you know, maybe they'll help in some way, but I feel like not nearly as much rich info for marketing as the actual conversations. So I guess that's 2 things. Let me know what you think about the articles that you see, which are like the first 4. And if you want me to, you know, provide you any more of that whole article, I could. Otherwise, if you want more information from the actual like post on bogleheads.org, let me know. And seems like maybe there's like a bad ratio of articles to actual posting. Let me know what you think. No more audio, or I mean no more lyrics. Synthwave. Biggest mistake in investing is doing nothing. Biggest mistake in finance is spending beyond your means. I feel like that sums it up pretty well. Okay, so pretty much agrees with what I was thinking. So I'm going to extract the Bogleheads article. Skipping all these other articles that are no good. So after the stream, I'm gonna go and make this extraction better, so it's not so many articles. But right now, I feel like that's gonna be boring to do on stream. There's enough here that I can go through these and just extract more. Some people lost everything. There we go. Respect to the chat every time. Waving back. Alright, alright, so I went through about, I don't know, 10 to 15 different articles that I had to skip through before I started finding a group of maybe like 4 or 5 more Boglehead posts. So I attached a screenshot of these. Let me know what you think. I mean, I'm thinking about just extracting all of them, but I think maybe like it'd be better if I just brought them to you one at a time. If there's any in particular that you see that you think would be better, let me know. So as always too, if you're in the chat, any good questions, comments, whatever it might be, go ahead and I will see it and I will respond. Do my best to provide value every time. Extract 4 and 5. Welcome back, Javi D. Everything is good with me. Thank you for wishing me well on the day off. Just took like 3 in a row though, so you know, can't take any more days off. Feel like I gotta be doing this. Too bored not working. Gotta stay on my journey. Hope you're doing good though. Hope you're enjoying the day. Alright, so you took off 6 hours. Well, there you go. And you know, at the same time, like, I mean, it doesn't really feel like work so much to me as it does. Like I enjoy making the progress. So, you know, so we got to create these businesses that we love to do. And it won't seem like work. Alright, so when I do an extraction, the last time I did this too, I didn't check to see if it carried over to extract it, but it's giving me this like weird error message. Let me know what you think. Boggleheads is like kind of like Reddit. This one's investing advice specifically. This guy Jack Bogle is what it's named after. So you know, just people posting. I think Reddit's more about like people asking questions. I feel like this is more about people giving insight. And you know, just starting out with a broad range of content to collect, and then I start to see patterns, and then I can get a better idea of like how to dial in the information I'm collecting to find kind of like the areas that I'm not getting, and get as much good info as possible. So found a bug with the extraction, gonna fix it real quick. Got my face too big. There we go. So this time no error message, that was an easy fix. So I'm going to extract this conversation. Or conversations. There we go, extracted, segment guess, pain points. quotes, things like that. And I can copy this as a markdown. Alright, just did the first extraction of the day. To where I extracted like the segment guess, the pain points. I copied it as a markdown. I'm gonna give this to you now. Let me know what you think. I think this was number 5, but it kind of like messed up when it was doing that error thing. I'm not sure that it like kept the same order. I think this one's good. Alright, so I just copied a markdown of the next one that I extracted. I think this one looks good. The other Boggleheads one that were above this seemed to be just like people talking about articles. This one's like actual like person with pain points. So let me know what you think about this one. So I think I would rather do this prompt on stream. Um, this systematic issue with the extraction prompt. I think it's not that big of a deal, and you know, even though it's kind of boring to do it on stream, I need to get this done. Otherwise, it's going to be just, you know, bad extractions. So let's get this done, and then I can do another extraction and hopefully get a lot better extractions. And see, some of these articles too are trying to like tell people. So if you notice a lot of articles about investing, they're like people telling people that like they should do a certain thing because it worked for them. Like, I don't pick individual stocks anymore, neither should you. You know, I made this mistake. You should never make it. Like, that might work for them, but that doesn't mean that works for everybody else. So that's really a big thing that this product's trying to solve. All right, so I'm just started building this part of it, and I'm gonna go down and skip through all those articles that aren't working, and that way there's not you know, a bunch of extra stuff to go through. So by the time this part of the build is done, the sourcing should be a lot leaner, so I can do a new extraction, and then I'll take another screenshot, let you know what you think, or let me know what you think. Your 401k might not be enough. Why you should be worried. Most of investing stuff too is really they call it FUD, fear. Fear, something, and doubt. So you know, I'm all about abundance. It's never too late. You're probably doing better than you think, or worse. Like, what? Here's how to find out. Okay. Give thanks for life and health and strength. Money can't buy life. Invest in yourself first. As long as you start investing just a little bit, that's what I'm saying. That's it. Okay, yeah, John Bogle is the founder of Vanguard. That's why they call it Bogleheads. I couldn't remember exactly what his background was. I'm gonna leave that one. There we go. This one's good. Alright, I just got the results from that build. I'm about to paste them here. Let me know if everything looks good. I just extracted another observation, and I'll bring that to you after, as long as this works good, so I can commit and push this one. So this new extraction I'm about to show you is just the markdown from like a single post from Bogglehead's extraction that I found while the prompt was cooking. So I'm going to give this to you first, and it looks good to me. It's like a new person. Maybe they're like a little bit too old, but I think there's some good info here. And if you think this is good, you know, let me know what you think about any possible feature ideas as well. Commit and push. All right, so like I said, that last extraction was from what was extracted before the new prompt, before that new change. So now that the change is in, as soon as it's done committing and pushing, I'm going to do a new web sourcing extraction. And then I'll just take it from the top, and I'll bring you screenshots of the new extraction articles. Can find a few good ones, bring them into observations, and then try the product ideas from there to just make sure that's picking up on everything that we notice. So I just pasted a screenshot before I did the extraction, because I thought there was a button before that could do the extraction, but I don't see it. So I know I see scan all templates. Not exactly sure what that one does, but run query. You know, I'm not seeing where to like get the new extractions, like where that button is. All right, so let's scan all templates. All right, so I took screenshots of like the first three like pages scrolling down, and it looks to me like this is like almost all articles now. Maybe some of them are good. Let me know what you think. If you see any in particular that stick out. I see maybe one or two. I just want to know what you think first. Alright, I just extracted all the info for marketing for the first one. I'll paste that markdown here first, and then we'll go to the next one. Okay, so I already committed and pushed. And basically, what do you think? Do you think I should find some more extractions, or do you think I should just go straight to the product ideas and then have that generate some new ideas? And it's possible that even some of the old ideas might not have gotten to you. So I'll take a screenshot of like what was there from the last time and let me know what you think. All right, so I think got to take the marketing dashboard, close that folder down, and open up the actual project, the SaaS app website, and then build some new things based on the marketing research I just did. Start the dev server. It is up. All right, I got the project open for the main finance hub, and I'm ready to build this first tool. Let me know if you have any questions for me, and if not, go ahead and create the prompt and I'll check it out and I'll let you know what I think. Meditation time. No, that's too slow, actually. Sometimes I only need to hear something for like 2 seconds, and then I know. Lo-fi sounds good, though. Yeah, I'm feeling lo-fi right now for sure. Alright, first big build of the stream. New feature. And I'm really like excited to start this next business. But I know I feel like it shouldn't take more than a week to really get this dialed in for version 1. And I wanted to really build the agent on stream for it, but after doing research, like, it's not time for that agent yet. I need to get this dialed in. I think my workflow is going to be not what I originally expected. I thought I'd be like, you know, building one business and then like getting everything dialed in and then going on to the next one and then being done with like the first one. But what I'm seeing is like all these are going to take time to come back. They don't get like perfect how I want them as quick as I thought it would be. And I mean, that's cool though. That's good. That like in a way is like, you know, it makes it much more difficult like for somebody to just go and copy what I'm doing. There's like way more to it than that. And every time I get better with like understanding more to make these business systems better and the products better. And basically, you know, I will start the next business soon. And when I do, I will still be coming back to this business like at least once a week. And that'll be all about like building it up and dialing it in. So I will get to the point where I'm like, you know, building the agents that, you know, run the marketing dashboard probably first, then the agent that runs like the CRM. I got to be I want to build the CRM on live stream too. But it's interesting how this all plays out. It's very different than like what I assumed it would be from the start. And I guess that's kind of every business. So it just goes to show what the abundance mindset is like. I just got the goal in mind and I learned, you know, not to try to plan everything out step by step because it's probably not going to go the way I think it's going to go. Just be open to the way it plays out and then just like focus on the one step at a time. That's the most important thing I need to do. And all the business success will be coming through. So welcome back to the chat. C Films, good to see you every time. Respect. Weekend was okay. Rested and saw some family that I have not seen in a long time. Weather was really chill. And, you know, just took a much needed break, I think, for the most part. Even though I was like still getting work done, it was definitely not that much to where like I was able to give my brain a rest and feeling refreshed. Was feeling kind of stressed before, so you know, just need to take more breaks. That's like one difficult thing for me to do. I feel like I always got to be working, doing something, but you know, that's what the meditation and the relaxation is for. So yeah, hope you had a good weekend too. And bet your C Films side project is coming along good. So here goes the new tool. I'll just do the last position I bought. I bought some crypto the other day, like 2 days ago. Caught it right at the bottom. Hopefully that's the bottom. Still up from there, but we'll see. Okay, so I just went through this and, you know, it seemed like it stuck to the self-authored thesis, which is correct. I didn't ask anybody, I didn't watch any videos, like, this was just me doing technical analysis very briefly and seeing what I thought was a good spot. And I made some buys and it held up. I was up like pretty good the next morning when I woke up, and it's pretty much in the same spot right now. I mean, it is a holiday, so markets aren't really moving today, but one thing I noticed is like the last question especially, and it's saying if the source I heard this from changed their mind tomorrow, what would I do? And like I said, I heard this from myself, so that kind of contradicts. Maybe it was just worded wrong, but you know, I'm kind of seeing an issue there. Other than that, everything looks good. And I didn't try a bunch of different variations to see how the reading changed. I'm just starting with this one and we can go from there. So looking at the chat, anything new with the project? Yes. Basically just finishing version 1 and adding on these last features. I did the major features. Not sure if you were there the last day when I built the allocation lab. That one was a very big feature, probably the biggest one I did for the free tier, and I think it's very interesting. Very good learning tool. Now I'm adding some more of these tools on, and I'm really excited to get this next business started. This one is getting to the point where like I've done, I think like 90% of, you know, what needs to be done for like version 1, to where like I'll just be, you know, checking in on it. Not checking in so much, but I'll just be doing work on it. Like it only take maybe like 1 day a week to really work on this for at least a while, until it starts getting like decent amount of traffic, and then I can start building out the like automated agents. But for right now, I was like really excited to like, you know, build an automated agent, like a Hermes agent. And the more research I did, the more I realized like there's nothing really for it to do yet. I need to have like traffic to the site to where it can like analyze that stuff. So Basically, I'll be doing like a lot of marketing off stream. And then, I want to keep building. I want to start this next business. You guys will see what it is soon enough. I feel like Friday, I think, is the longest it'll take to really finish version 1 of this. But essentially, you can get this next business started and start building it out, and just, come to this business like, once a week on the stream to do the changes that need to be made to manage it. And then, I'll build the next one out and then just go from there. I'm always trying to think too far ahead, but no, I'm in the right place right now, so that's the main thing. C Film's trying to get more focused. I hear that. I'm definitely motivated, but life just got some like family things going on right now that has got me like not getting a full night's sleep for the last 2 nights, and doing my best, but family members got a big surgery coming up this week. Trying not to worry about it, just trying to stay focused, and really staying focused on the business, I think, helps the most with like, stressful times in life. But all these things will change soon, and everything should even out, go back to normal. And then I'll just be even more grateful that stressful times are over and I made it through it, and I can dedicate more focus to the business stuff. But all those things that happen in my life just make me stronger, so makes me appreciate this path even more. Makes me realize that focusing on providing value is much more motivating than focusing on making money. And focus. Meditation. If you ever heard of there's a meditation where you can light a candle and just sit in a dark room and stare at the candle flame from maybe like 5 feet away and meditate. And if you feel like you're losing focus, go do that and just clear your mind. Stare at the candle flame for like, 15, 20 minutes, however long you want, and then try going back to what you were doing. You should see that your focus will increase. Seemed like it showed the new change and then refreshed it and it wasn't there. Yeah, that's strange. Alright, so like I saw a playwright and it seemed like when it was checking it, it made the right change, but then I'm going to the localhost browser and I did a regular refresh and a hard refresh. It's still showing the same old question that should have been changed. I'm going to paste the results from that last prompt and another screenshot. I mean, I guess I don't need the screenshot because it's just going to show the same screenshot of before. Let me know what you think. See, Film says your mind wanders. Everybody's mind wanders. Well, not everybody. Some people have conquered their mind pretty well. But this is definitely something that it's a skill you can learn. Many people throughout history have mastered their minds. Probably people today. Skill and focus can increase. Meditation, nature. Just realize that you're not your mind, because you're aware that your mind is wandering. So if you're aware that your mind is wandering, then you are a higher consciousness than your actual mind. So if your mind is wandering and you follow your mind, or you try to stop it from wandering, then you're identifying with your mind. So when your mind is wandering, if you just come back to the awareness of the consciousness that you're aware that your mind is wandering, and you don't follow your mind, then you will realize that your mind is different, and it's going to come and go and wander. And when you can just focus on the awareness and not your mind, and tune into awareness, then your power to focus will increase. And there's many other ways. This is actually getting into, this is all like perfect timing, because this is all leading into the next business that I'm going to be building on here. And I don't want to give like too much away. I feel like I need to get better at like staying in the moment and just working on what's right now and not trying to predict how things are going to play out. But for the most part, like, I feel really good about this next business, and just even the questions you're asking me right now, I think you would get a lot of benefit from the next business that I do. So that's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to start building it, but I know I still got some work to do on this one, and don't want to get ahead of myself. Got to stay focused right now, because that's all there is. Okay, they're saying try it in the incognito window. Still same thing. All right, I did all your options and it's still showing the same question. I committed it. I didn't push it yet. I'm really confused as to why it's doing this. Let me know any more suggestions that you have. I think this makes sense. I think what it's saying is that response pops up if another question is clicked. So the problem was deeper than just that. But we'll see. Alright, I'm about to paste the results. I think what it's saying is like it found that if I click another question, or I mean click another answer above it, that it automatically goes to that that wrong question, because maybe there's just like a problem before that to where it's like set to do that if something else is clicked. Let me know what you think. I was right. So I refreshed. Okay. That's why when I refreshed it, it refreshed some of the answers. Alright. There we go. That makes sense. Alright. Some of these errors are so stupid. Like, basically what happened was like this last question didn't make sense because it was like it was saying like if the person who told you this information changed their mind, what would you do? And I'm like, well, I selected that I made this decision from my own research. But what happened when I refreshed it to like make sure that the change was applied, it refreshed these answers and I didn't see that. So, all right. That was the problem. Now it's working. It refreshed some of the answers I selected when I refreshed the page to check the new label. So I guess everything looks good to me on this this tool. And let me know what you think. I committed, I didn't push. I'm guessing I should just do a push and then we can get on to the next feature or tool. So basically, I'll show this one more time. Hypothesis, where this idea came from. So it's helping people be more conscious of the decisions they're making. A lot of people in investing just like, you know, they just go off of what somebody has like told them. They go off of what they hear in the news, and they really don't even like kind of analyze why they're doing what they're doing. And that's a lot of things in life too. You know, a lot of people get stuck in cycles. A lot of people get stuck in patterns, get on autopilot. They don't really look at what they're doing. So, you know, what kind of position are you auditing? And like the last one I bought, a couple positions I bought a couple days ago, crypto. Where did I first hear about this idea? Most people are going to get their idea from a financial creator, especially beginners, a friend, a family member, a colleague, advisor, something like that. Me, it was my own research. Could I explain why this is a good investment to someone who'd never heard of it? Roughly, I guess, yes, these are kind of the same thing. I feel like I could. Definitely more than sort of. But this is like the main question people should be asking themselves, like, can they explain why? And not just that like someone they think is an expert or knows more than them recommended it. So like what would change your mind? Because a lot of times people never think about that. You know, something might randomly happen in the news and they see something and then it gets them thinking and then they feel like changing their mind and they never thought from the start like, okay, what would actually cause me to like change my like reasoning and position on this? And if they're set on that from the start, then, you know, any kind of like frequency that comes their way that's going to try to like spread doubt, fear, uncertainty is not going to affect them. It's not going to phase them. If they're focused on what they want and they understand why and they already like analyze their decisions, it's a totally different game. So, you know, like most investing is one size fits all. People just tell people like, you know, this is what works for me. This is how you're supposed to do it. People do that. They follow that. They never learn. They just, you know, anything comes along, any kind of fear, any kind of like article, any kind of new information that makes them like just question themselves and they don't really understand and they keep doing that over and over again. And breaking out of that cycle is one of the biggest steps. And that's not just like investing, like I'm saying, that's knowing yourself too. So like this will help you know yourself better and it's a loop that makes you stronger, more focused. All right, so this can lead people to the quiz if they haven't taken it, or the Pro Lab, which are both free. This is all free. These are some questions optimized for AEO, like FAQ kind of stuff. It's going to help with the ranking, bringing the right people to the right article or the right tool. So that's that tool right there, hype or thesis. Trying to avoid the hype. All right. push to GitHub. Okay, so let's do this simplicity audit. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, go ahead and create the prompt and I will read it and let you know what I think. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why is it? I just had to check. Like, no, it automatically does it when I push to GitHub. Why is it randomly telling me to do this to Vercel when there's not even a CLI? But it caught it. All right. Welcome to the chat. People coming here telling me I look like people I've never heard of in my life. I mean, I feel like the last time I watched The Matrix was so long ago, I don't remember who that person is. And it definitely makes me like laugh though whenever someone tells me I look like somebody else, because I'm me. But I think The Matrix was a good story though. I think that was like some higher level understanding. But either way, respect. Welcome to the chat, and hopefully you get some value off of what I'm doing, what I got to tell you. And now I'm thinking about that movie, trying to remember that movie. Welcome back to the chat, Alex. Respect every time. Hello, bro. Just going with the flow. Doing what I know. Creating the next feature in the Stackivate app. This one's looking good. So basically, like going through this myself, like answering the questions true to me, this really showed me something, an area that I was not aware of. It brought awareness to something that, I as an experienced investor now can be more mindful of. So first, like I didn't even know the exact number of positions I have off the top of my head. I'm guessing it's about 20. How many of these holdings could I explain off the top of my head? Why I own them? And all of them. But the only thing is, like, I realized maybe another question here is like, could I list? Do I memorize all the holdings that I have? No. Most of them, yes, but like all of them, no. How often does the plan require active decisions? And it varies. I should have better rules set into like, when I'm checking in, because I don't check in the entire portfolio on a regular basis like I should. I kind of do, but it's not like a rule that I have that showed me I should set that. When something unexpected happens, what do I typically do? Refer to my general framework and then decide from there. So it's kind of even a mix of thinking it through fresh in the moment, but mostly is following my pre-written rules. So I think that's kind of like the like middle ground. That's like the closest to my actual answer. If I stepped away from investing for 3 months without doing anything, what would happen? Most likely a few positions might need attention, maybe none. But for the most part, it's not like that active, my strategy. So that goes into here, which gave me the most awareness is honestly, how does the complexity of your current approach feel? And now I realize like it's real, like I could do more. Like for what I'm managing right now, it's gotten pretty easy for me to manage it, and I should like look into new areas of diversification, new markets that I'm not aware of, because I can definitely do more. And in a way, it's kind of like I think if I did have more to manage, it would make it more exciting than it is right now, and it would make it easier for me to like check in on a more regular basis. So this provided a lot of value to me where I didn't even see. So it's telling me like I got an underbuilt plan. I've simplified beyond what the engagement wants. I can articulate every position. Well, that's the main one that I might need to change the wording. Respond to events with rules or framework, and I've still got room to engage more. That's definitely true. That's a real thing to notice. Most people are in the opposite spot. Interesting. All right, so looking at this, everything is really good, and I even like got benefit from this. I thought this was going to be super simple and it wasn't going to provide any value to me because I have a lot of experience investing, but it actually showed me that I could be doing a lot more. I'm not even close to the point where I feel like it's like overcomplicated. If anything, it's definitely undercomplicated, and I should be doing more, I feel like. But anyways, one thing I noticed, question number 2, how many of those holdings could I explain off the top of my head why I own them? So I would have to say I own somewhere between 20 and 30 different holdings. And if I saw them like on a list, I could explain them all. But I do not remember every single holding that I have. Like, I could not name them all off the top of my head in regards to what they all are. So, basically, I don't know if that's, more like nitpicking. Let me know what you think, if there needs to be like, an extra question or something like that. Because, that is probably something that people should be aware of. Like, do they know all of their holdings? Or would they have to look? Or maybe that's really not a big deal. Let me know what you think about that part. Making progress every day, moving on my way to where I want to be and what I want to see. Sometimes it seems difficult, but right now it's moving easily. Moving easily to where I want to be. So I just keep on flowing, knowing that where I'm going is the right path. And if I hit a block, then I'll take the fork in the road and I won't think twice. I'll just keep on moving, keep on grooving. Every mountain I climbed ends with a decline, but that's the funnest part. So it's worth it in the end. Some people don't even start, and I know I've been through it a time or two before. So I just keep on learning from mistakes I made and more. Situations piling up, but that's okay sometimes, because I got areas in my life that I can recline and just relax and think about everything that I'm thankful for and grateful for, giving thanks to the Most High every day, because that's right. That's about all I got to say when I think about it. Sometimes a little bit tired, but I'm just trying to flex my mind. Difficult times come and go, but I just stay in the flow. Not nitpicking, identified real ambiguity. There we go. Commit and push to GitHub. So everything looks good this time, so I committed and pushed to GitHub. So now, I think there was one more tool that you recommended to build. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, go ahead and create that prompt and I'll let you know what I think. Here's another one. Should know this, but I'm not sure. Think it's 5 to 10%, but might be over 10, might be more like 10 to 20. All right, so most of this looks good. I just attached the screenshots for the decisions that I made, and it helped me realize that I'm not aware what my biggest position percentage is of the portfolio. I know what it is off the top of my head, like what asset it is, but I would have to actually check to see what percentage it is. But at the same time, I mean, that's going to be changing like maybe on a daily basis, especially when I have like more than 20 different assets in a portfolio, because, you know, they're all going to change. So me not knowing off the top of my head what the percentage is, unless I'm checking that every day, seems to me like, you know, that makes sense. Like that's how it should be. Like I have a kind of a range, I'm guessing. But anyways, as you can see, the reading, it says drifted concentration. And it seems to me like it's basing that off of, I'm not really sure how large the biggest position is relative to the portfolio. But I mean, like everything I did with this is like calculated. The only thing that was like different, I said that I would probably have bought more if I could go back in time. So I feel like this doesn't, you know, match up, and I can kind of see why it's doing this and giving me that read. Let me know what you think. I think that read is wrong based on like just doing it based off the portfolio to position sizing. Not 100% sure that's why it's doing that. You would probably know better. Let me know what you think. that fix made it better. Now it makes sense to me. And still, that did give me, like, you know, some like awareness that I should be checking my portfolio more than I'm doing, if just to check on percentages. So, I mean, you know, that only takes like, you know, a couple minutes. And this even gives me to an idea to where, you know, I don't know, I'm on a few different exchanges. If I could set alerts if like percentages went past a different area. But I don't think that's really anything for this project. Maybe it is something I could implement with like the coaching or the paid tier. But I mean, for right now, I would say this one is done. This tool that we just built is done. So let me know if you have any more tools and what you think the next best step would be based on this workflow today so far. Can you write a prompt for Claude Code to save that idea for the alert thing? For the position percentages? Just have it like save it. I don't know what the right file would be. I guess it would know better to memory, so it knows that's an idea. Give thanks for life. Give thanks for health and strength. Give thanks every time. commit and push to GitHub. So now what I want to do is I want to look into marketing in the form of like a giveaway. Save the memory entry. I thought they already did. So you're giving me the option to save the memory entry. I thought you already saved that, the one I just made. Just double check and verify that you saved it. If not, go ahead and save it. Otherwise, I don't understand why you're asking me that question. This is crazy because I'm kind of tired today and not feeling as sharp as I usually am, but I'm still catching Claude doing things that are like I'm feeling like I'm actually sharper than the AI is still. So I feel like a lot of times I just don't give myself enough credit. I don't try to compete with people. I only compete against myself being better than the day before. So, you know, like I'm always like, you know, oh, well, man, I'm kind of tired today. I've been going through a lot, but still, like, I'm still on point. Like, I'm still doing it right. Like, I'm still building and just doing my best and still making it through. Everything I made it through has been, man, so many people like haven't even gone through like 10% of what I've been through, and I'm still here, still doing it. And the stuff that hangs over my head that I deal with on a daily basis is like so heavy that I'm able to like keep doing what I'm doing and thrive, and it just makes me stronger. Like I know I got big things coming, like all this, like just providing value. And the more I go through, the more I want to help people, because I've seen a lot of people that have gone through like, you know, things that they don't really understand, and you know, this is a good start with this investing project. I think a lot of people can become more aware of themselves and how they relate to money and how to make their money grow and how to get better at that over time and find that freedom, because that's what this is all about. It's like freedom from a lot of situations in life, you know, like even though I'm doing this and even though I'm making a lot of progress, like I still have people in my life that like I really can't even like, well, I can share it with them, but I got to be real careful, because I know every time I bring it up, they just start like trying to nitpick to find things that they think aren't going to work and try to like, you know, make me feel like, you know, I should just like go get a job or something like that. And it's like, okay, like it doesn't matter. Like I've been successful. Had successful businesses for like, you know, 10 to 15 years, and people are still going to do that. So I think a big thing of is like when I find freedom, it makes other people see like, okay, like I could have done that too, but I, you know, went down the path that I thought I was supposed to do, that society like pushed on me. So now this person is like, you know, making me realize my own like, you know, lack of freedom. So the way I'm going to like deal with that is telling them that they should just do what I'm doing, because then I don't have to feel bad that, you know, that they're showing me that there's a better way, that freedom is possible, that we can all be free like we want to be. And we don't have to live our lives according to a system that is, you know, telling us we got to do things a certain way, how we got to move. Some of the greatest people in history have all realized this, and they've all held their ground and stuck to what they thought was best. A lot of them had many fights against them for doing that, which I could definitely relate to. But it's all ended up the same way throughout history. When people are break free from a mold and they show other people the way, and they don't bow down to the powers that want people to move a certain way, they get fought against. But then when the system fights against them, other people see that, and especially when that person still doesn't fold and they keep doing what they're doing, and they just get stronger and wiser, and they just keep moving in the right direction, then the system realizes that, like, okay, this looks really bad for us. Like, people are able to, like, they're not relying on us like we try to make it seem, and other people wake up. And that's one of my major purposes I feel like I'm here to do. And I like help wake people up that there can be freedom. And this is one way to do it. This is a major way. This is one of the ways I've always seen. And I feel like all the business ideas I have all just, look at different aspects of life that, I can help like make people more aware of like a greater path and more freedom. And the freedom I'm talking about is not about, I think a lot of people look at financial freedom as being able to buy things, more things. And that's not what I'm talking about. That's not where my motivation is. So I can show people that too. And I get that a lot. Like, you have like a normal car. Why don't you go buy like a really nice car? Like, people will like think highly of you, stuff like that. And it's like, I don't want, like, that's not going to do anything for me. Like, that's not what I'm motivated by. So I know I'm like cut from a different cloth, and I'm don't give myself enough credit. And it's kind of going off on that rant for a minute, but it was the right time for that, I feel like. So what I want to do now is look more into the some more marketing tactics that I can do. So I want to look into maybe like a giveaway or some way to, promote this project by giving people like maybe like a week or a month on the paid tier. And I'm thinking about doing that, like, I don't know, the first idea I had was maybe with the time machine. I could do something like once a week or once a month that if people save their score or post it to like X, some social media, I've already got the button in there. And whoever has like the highest score for that time period could get like a free week or free month on the paid tier. Let me know what you think. Scan the project, just like the features, to see if you have any ideas that are better than this, or anything in general, just brainstorming. Let me know. But I'm definitely getting a lot better at standing my ground, when in the past one of my major weaknesses was I would always like forgive people. Like, I still forgive people, but like I would let people come back into my life, and then they would like just take that as like an opportunity to do the same things to hurt me. And people were good at manipulating me, like, oh, like you shouldn't just like cut people off like that. And it's like, give them another chance and stuff like that. But then every time they would just come back and they'd try something different. They'd just try to be more sneaky about it, but they'd still have the same bad intentions. And then they'd want to play like, oh, well, oh, what are you talking about? Oh, like, just gaslight me. And when I finally start to stand up and I start to like, like, no, like, I'm done. Like, if people violate my space and my peace, then I don't owe them anything, and I don't have to feel bad that I'm cutting them off. Like, my peace is more important. I have great things to do. I have like a very strong mission that I'm set on, and people don't like that. And it's like people will do bad things to me, and then I will like cut them out of my life, and then they'll hold a grudge against me and send me a lot of hate because I cut them off. Like I owe them some kind of like access to me to just hurt me again. But this is all awareness. This is all just getting better at this stuff. And I feel like these are like major loops in society where a lot of people are conditioned to like keep going back to like jobs or situations where they're being hurt and they're being mistreated. And there's a lot of like potential for freedom out here. And it's all about people waking up and people being aware of the situation and people feeling like it's okay to really like move in their own direction in life. It's okay to not follow everything else. It's okay to really like, find work that you enjoy that doesn't feel like work. And when you do that, a lot of people are going to like rise against you, and a lot of people are going to feel some type of way about it. But at the end of the day, I think that is the right thing to do. That is the right thing to do with no apologies. Like it's like your life, as long as you're not trying to hurt people, stuff like that. Like, I mean, you should be able to do what you want with your time. You shouldn't have to like have the system or any kind of system like tell you how you're supposed to live your life. Stuff like that. Like just go for your goals. It's all the abundance. It's all, win-win for everybody. And if someone's really not trying to see you, being a crab in a barrel, trying to pull you back down when you're trying to rise up, you got to do what you got to do. And don't feel any way about it. Some stuff I'm going through helps to vent about it, but it's all ties into the same mission and the same vision. Okay, so we got some recommendations from Claude for this marketing. And I just found something very, very important in the project that I need to change that I probably wouldn't have found if I had not asked this question. A lot of times with AI, like sometimes I feel like the questions are like, not that important, but it usually leads to like a lot of good insights when I just ask as many questions as I can. Those are good ideas, and I really like your logic on this. And it looks like you noticed something in the project that doesn't align with the direction it's going in the target market. So can you give me some recommendations on how you could change that part to make it fit better? It definitely shouldn't be about like, like you're saying, like think you can do better. This is more like a tool to give people insight onto how they do compared to the S&P 500. And if people find out that this is something that they like and they want to try to get better, then like I don't want to discourage them, because I feel like it is definitely possible that this is a skill that people can learn. But I think a lot of people really will see that like, okay, like I played this 10 times and I lost like 8 times, but then there's going to be maybe that 2 out of 10 people that are like me, to where they're like, okay, like I lost like 8 or 9 out of 10 times, but I'm seeing like how I can get better at this, and I want to get better at this, and this is actually like fun to me, and I want to figure this out. So let me know what you think. I like your recommendations for this share string change, and definitely scan these other areas to see if you can find anything similar. This is definitely good finds, keeping everything on brand. So just to confirm, I agree with everything you're saying. I think the main thing is, when you're talking about like you beat the market, it should be more introspective. And like I was saying before, it should be more about like is this something that you feel like you want to get better at? If so, then there's like education for that. And is this something you feel like, picking stocks is not for me? Um, I have no intention to like, spend any time on this. Then they can be sent down like a different education path for that from there. So like, everything is about like keeping people on the site for more education based on their own unique skill sets and how their mind works. So just letting you know, like to add that part to it. Let me know what you think about these changes and edits. go ahead and do the tier 2 implementations. Welcome to the chat, D Dabar. How far along am I on the road to 1 million? Got about $15. ARR. Just launched the first paid product a couple weeks ago. So, the journey has just begun. I will update. I have a feature in my marketing dashboard that I can use along with the like the titles that'll automatically update as money starts to come in. So that will be updated live every time. But for right now, $15 is basically zero, but I guess I could put it down. I think probably a few more months before I really start consistently bringing in anything, and then it'll probably be small. But that's part of the fun. Who knows? It's just a journey. You're welcome back to check in anytime. And thank you for the follow. commit these changes with a proper label and push to GitHub. All right, looking at everything I've done today in this session in this terminal, create a audit prompt for Codex. I will give it the prompt and then I will give you the results for you to make any changes. Definitely noticed the new 5.5 Codex update. It's doing better at audits. Tried out some of the new features with Claude. I think it's called tasks. Basically, it's like a cron job, which is basically like you set it on an alarm and it does a task for you. Computer doesn't need to be on. And that was like the main reason I was looking at setting up an agent, at least for like my workflow right now. So like I had been doing research into like setting up some agents, and it was basically just to do that. And then I found that Claude can do that now automatically. I don't have to pay the API cost for the agent. And it was saying like how the research was talking about how there's definitely more to do with agents, but it's like higher level stuff that I need to get everything kind of dialed in and working better first. And in a way, it was like a bummer because I was like, man, I really wanted to, you know, see what it's like, get that agent running and try it out. But at the same time, it's like awesome because it's like the exact thing that I thought I was going to be paying extra for right now. Claude just came out with an update to do it for free. So looks like definitely a good amount of findings. Yeah, when there's even more than one high, then that was definitely a much needed audit. Getting close to 3 hours, 33 minutes, and 33 seconds. About 10 minutes to go. This is a tough one. I hear what you're saying, and it sounds like you're both right. I don't really know which one would be better. The main thing is this is about, like, self-reflection to help people understand themselves better in regards to investing and find their own unique strategy. So I would say, let me know what you think in regards to, like, if any of these changes would make that better. It sounds like some of these are more like structural and it doesn't refer to that, so I would say go ahead with those, but let me know what you think. All right. Okay. I'd have to say that's about it for today. I'm going to see if I can edit in 33 seconds. So I had right at 3 hours, 33 minutes, and 33 seconds. Now I'd have to say, definitely getting to the end of version 1 for Stackivate. Definitely feeling like I'm ready to start the next business, start the next project. And, you just got to tune in because soon it will be started. This one's just winding down, and then I can just check in for maintenance like once a week on this one, because that's really where I'm trying to be, is build these businesses up and then get to the point where I could just like spend a minimal time to maintain them and go to build the next one. So I went over by a few seconds, but it's all good. Hit the 33333. So I'm out for today. Hopefully you got some value out of what I had to say.